I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. Still watching a very powerful Category 4 hurricane right now with winds of 155 miles an hour. At this point, these are just technicalities to say it's a Category 4 because Category 5, that starts at 156 miles an hour. This is still a devastating hurricane. It's moving extremely slowly. You can walk faster than this storm has been moving. It's moving to the west right now at 1 mile per hour. You can see that eye still affecting the northern coast of Grand Bahama, and as it slowly works its way away, remember it's that eye wall which the strongest winds are in, so it will be raking this coastline for several more hours as it slowly works its way away from the Bahamas. Right now, winds are at 155 miles an hour, located at 28.8, 78.3. Notice that movement very slowly. It is basically drifting at this point to the west at 1 mile per hour. So later on tonight into tomorrow, we watch for that gradual turn to the northwest, and then it'll start that northerly track. But notice by Wednesday, this is still off the coast of Florida, off the coast to say about Daytona Beach. So this is going to be a long duration really for Florida as we go through the next couple of days as well. Some tropical storm force winds along the eastern side of the state, the storm surge as well, and that's provided that it does a track as expected, because if it turns a little bit slower, this could end up putting it closer to the coastline. So we've got to wait and see, make sure it turns as expected, because that exact turn is going to dictate exactly how much we see here in Florida, and then eventually that turn towards the northeast and skirting along the Carolina coastline as well. So watches, warnings, they are up. We've got the hurricane warnings really all the way up the coastline up towards Daytona. North of there, it is a hurricane watch, but that will be obviously switched over to a hurricane warning at a later point here, really over the next day or so. You look at the wind field from this, where you see that yellow shade, that is tropical storm force winds, and then you have winds over 60 miles per hour in that red shade, then hurricane force, or I should say, in the orange shade, that is winds over 60 miles per hour, and then in the red shade, that is hurricane force winds. So along the coastline, by tomorrow evening, we are talking about tropical storm force winds from, say, basically Fort Lauderdale, working its way up towards Daytona. That will continue into Wednesday as well, and by Wednesday, it starts to pick up a little bit more forward speed and move on towards the north and eventually towards the northeast. So here's the European showing the wind gust along the east coast. This is by this evening. We're already looking at winds gusting to tropical storm force down towards Vero Beach, West Palm Beach, 39, 43 miles per hour, and then that will just continue to increase on Tuesday and then work its way up the coastline. Even places as far inland as Orlando could see some of these winds gusting up to tropical storm force as we go through the next couple of days. Wave heights, look at this, along the east coast, waves up to about 18 feet. So we've got that surge that'll be working its way along much of the east coast. We're looking at a surge in the range of between about 4 to 8 feet along much of the east coast, heading up towards Daytona as we get into Wednesday, and by Thursday things will start to settle down. So still, lots will be changing with this over the next couple of days, as this will be a slow evolving system, but that gradual weakening, that will be the trend as we go through the next couple of days. Just because of the slow motion, we've got some more upwelling and some wind shear, which will start to help to weaken this a little bit over the next couple of days, but still a very dangerous storm. We'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.